question here is if A is equal to X such that X is an even prime number. Then A is an empty set. A very interesting question. Can you tell me all the prime numbers are odd? If there is any even prime is there in the numbers?
Yes, sir.
Which one?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
It
sir.
is 2.
2. Yes. 2 is the only even prime. So this set has only one element, which is 2. Right? So now the question is A is an empty set. Is A an empty set? Therefore, A is not an empty set, right? Hence false. Hence, false is your answer. Okay. Next, 1E. The set of odd prime numbers is an empty set. Okay. Let us suppose that the set A is X such that X is an odd prime number. Is it an empty set? It has many
No,
elements,
sir.
odd prime numbers.
Yeah,
Okay,
sir.
one more question. Is one a prime number or not? Is one a prime
No,
number
sir.
or not? One is not a prime number. So one must be
No,
composite,
sir.
right? One must be a composite number, isn't it?
No, sir. One isn't a
No, sir.
composite.
It's an universal number.
One is neither a prime number nor a composite number. Okay, remember this. So if X is an odd prime number, that means start from 3, 5, 7, and so on. This continues till infinity, right? So therefore, A is not an empty set. Hence false. Next question, 1F. The set of squares of integers and the set of whole numbers are equal sets. Okay, set of squares of integers. How will you define the set of squares of integers in set builder form? X such that X is equal to Y square, where Y is an integer, isn't it? This is how we define in set builder notation. Anyone has a problem with this notation?
Can you please explain?
X is the square of an integer, right? X is the square of an integer. So I have taken Y as an integer here. So Y belongs to Z. Y is an integer. And since it is a square, so all the elements of this set X are squares of integers, Y square. Now is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Or you can simply write this as X such that X is a square of an integer. Okay. Both are correct, but this is a more technical representation. This is a better representation. Okay. Try to learn this one. Okay. And the set of whole numbers are equal set. Okay. B is equal to the set of whole numbers. So are they equal sets? Set of whole numbers and set of square of integers. What are the set of squares of integers? Can you tell me what are the squares of integers? What are the squares of integers? If I am to write the squares of integers, what are they? -1 square is 1. 1 square is also 1. -2 square, 4, 9, 16, and so on, isn't it? And B is the set of whole numbers. Is A equal to B? Are A and B equal? Are all the elements are there in B? All the elements of A are they there in B? No. So A not equal to B.
No, sir.
Hence false. A and B are not equal. Okay.
Sir, can whole numbers be can minus
Hmm.
1 be a whole number?
No. Whole number starts from 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. How can -1 be a whole number?
Sir, I am not able to understand number f, sir.
F. Okay. F. Suppose I have the set A is equal to squares of integers. What are the squares of integers? -1 square is 1. Also 1 square is 1, isn't it? -2 square is 4. Also 2 square is 4, isn't it? So this will contain what numbers? 1, 4, 9, 16, and so on, right?
Yes.
And B is the set of whole numbers. What are the whole numbers? B is the set of whole numbers. What is the set of whole numbers? 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on, isn't it? Are these two sets equal? Are these two sets equal? They are not equal, right?
No, sir.
So therefore, that is the answer. Answer is false. So 1F, next is 1G. Given if cardinality of or the cardinal number of the set P is equal to cardinal number of the set M, then P is equivalent to M. Is it true? What is the definition of equivalent sets? If two sets have the same number of elements, if they have the same cardinal number, then they are equivalent? Yes, then hence this is true. So from definition, if you know the definition of equivalent sets, you know this is true. Okay, 1H. If the set P is equal to M, then cardinal number of P is equal to cardinal number of M. P is equal to M. Is it necessary that the cardinal number of P will be equal to cardinal number of M? Suppose,
No, sir.
let us say this example. Let us say I have the set A, B, D as P. And suppose I have the set M as A, B, A, D, B, A. These two sets are equal. But what is the cardinality here? Cardinal number is 3. What is the cardinal number here? 6. So they are different, right? But they are equal sets. So therefore, P is equal to M does not mean that the cardinal number will be the same. Hence, false. Is it clear? Clear to everyone? Good. Last one. 1I. Cardinality of A, or cardinal number of A is equal to cardinal number of B. Means A is equal to B. Is it true?
Yes, sir.
Wrong. It is false. I have the
Sir,
set
false,
A
sir.
and I have the set B. Both of them cardinal number is 3. But are they equal sets? Right? They cannot be equal. Hence false.
So then how come G is true?
How come?
G is true. 1G is true.
1G. See,
Yes, sir.
you had the sign of equivalence here, right? We are talking about equality sign here. Understood? Here, A is equivalent to B, but A is not equal to B. Understood? Understood? A and B are equivalent sets, but they are not equal.
Okay, sir. Okay.
That is what.
Okay, sir.
So we'll move on to the next part, which is now the actual part. Till now, we have been doing revision on sets, which you are already done somewhat in class 8. Now, we'll do something called as the set operation. There are 4 kinds of operations on sets. You see, I have written here 4 kinds of operations. First is the union of sets. Next is the intersection of sets. Next is the difference of sets. And next is the complementation of sets. The union is represented by the symbol U. The intersection is represented by the symbol inverted U. Okay. The difference of sets is represented by a minus sign, and the complementation of sets is represented by a dashed. Okay. All these operations, the first 3 operations, these are binary operations. Binary operation means this requires 2 sets. At least 2 sets they require. But this operation is a unary operation. It does not require 2 sets. Only 1 set is enough. Okay. So for example, I can write A union B. So it requires 2 sets. See? If I write A intersection B, it requires 2 sets. If I write A minus B, it requires 2 sets. But in this case, I only have a complement. Okay. So that is what this is. Union, intersection, and a difference are binary operations, whereas this is a unary operation. Can you give me any other real life example of binary operation? Binary operation, anyone? Have you come across the word binary operation? No one? Yes, tell me. Go ahead. I cannot hear you. Something wrong with your microphone. Yes. Anyone else? Binary operation is a everyday operation that we use. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. We are binary operation. 2 plus 3. See, you require 2 numbers for this. 2 minus 3. See, you require 2 numbers. So this plus is a binary operation. This is also a binary operation, subtraction, because it requires 2 numbers. Next, multiplication. 2 into 3 requires 2. So this is a binary operation. Bi in English means 2, right? Division also. 2 divided by 3 requires 2 numbers. So this is also, division is also a binary operation. Okay. Any example of unary operation? Negation. Suppose minus 2.
Sir, 2 squares, 3 squares.
No, even that requires a binary, because that will be 2 square is nothing but 2 into 2. That is also a binary operation. But suppose if I am saying 2 becomes minus 2, right? This is a unary operation, because from plus it is transforming to minus. You don't require any other number. Plus 2 is becoming minus 2. Okay. Anyway, the point here is that I just wanted to make you understand that you in union, intersection, and difference of sets, you require 2 sets, right? But in unary operation, complement, you require only 1 set. We'll see how. Okay. First, we discuss something called as the union of sets. The technical definition, you can go through the formal definition. Union of sets is union of 2 sets A and B is denoted by A union B. This U is read as union. Okay, A union B, and is defined as all the elements of A in set builder notation. This is the way we write X such that all the elements of A or all the elements of B. So here the keyword is OR. Okay, keyword is OR. Okay, that is what you must remember. Either so when we have 2 sets and we want to write the union of 2 sets, we write it as A union B, and in this A union B will contain all the elements of A or all the elements of B or all the elements of both A and B. Okay, let us take an example. Let us say A is equal to okay, and let us take B is equal to A E I O U. Very simple. These two sets are given to me. I want to write the union of these two sets, A union B. Then what will I write? I will write all the elements of A or all the elements of B. So if you see A is an element of A, B is an element, C is an element, right? D is an element, A is an E is an element of both. So I've taken E also, but I write only once. Okay. Next, F is an element of A, so I write, and then I is an element, okay, but which belongs only to B. Then O is an element, and then U is an element. Is this example clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So A union B means you take the elements of A or B or both. For example, if you see E is the only one element that is common, but I have written E only once. Okay. I've taken all the elements of A
Sir,
and B and written them once. Yes.
sir, the above example A union B of
Hmm.
that's the set builder form of the tabular form.
No, this is the general definition. Okay. I've given to you in set builder form. This is the mathematical definition. This is the technical definition of union. This is an example that I have given. Okay. I can give you more examples. Let us say I define the set A as
So
1.
then what is the set builder form of A union B?
If it is not given in set builder form, you will not write the set builder form. As simple as that. If it is given in tabular form, you write it in tabular form. Understood? If it is given in set builder form, you convert it to tabular
Okay,
form,
sir.
write the operation in the tabular form, and then convert to set builder form. We'll be coming to those kind of examples a little later. Okay, let's first understand the fundamental here. A union B. If I want to write, what will I write? I will write the element of A and I will write the element of B and I will also write the element of both, but only once. Okay. So I have 0 as the element. Then I have what? 1 as the element. Then I have 2 as the element. 3 is not there in A or B. So 3 I will not write. 4 is there in B. So I will write once. 5 is there in A. I will write once. 6 is there. Next 8 is there. 9 is there in A and then 10 is there. Is it clear? A union B.
Yes, sir.
Another example. A is equal to 0, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. B is equal to 6, 12, 18, 24. A union B. So 0 is an element of A, we write it. Okay. 3 is an element of A, we write it. 6 is element of both A and B. So we write only once. Okay. Next 9 is an element of A, so we write once. 12 is an element in both, but we write only once. Okay. Next 15 is an element of A, so we write once. 18 is an element of both A and B, but we write only once. 21 is an element of A, so we write 21. And 24 is an element which belongs to both A and B. So we write 24 only once. So that means A union B consists of what elements? It belongs to, consists of elements that are there in A or B or both. Okay. And very interestingly, you see that A union B is nothing but equal to the set A here. Check. These two sets are equal. This is just for you to notice. Okay. A union B in this case is equal to A. Okay. I'll just make a note here. See that B is a subset of A. Do you notice B is a subset of A?
Yes, sir.
And since B is a subset of A,
Yes,
this means that the union of these two sets will be equal to A. Okay, this is actually a small rule in sets. Okay, if you know this, it's good for you. Even if you don't know, it's okay. I just wanted you to notice. So B subset of A means A union B is equal to A. What if I say A is a subset of B? then I can write A union B is equal to B. Understood? So moving on to the
Yes, sir.
next part, which is intersection. Intersection of sets. Given two sets A and B, the intersection of the two sets is denoted by A intersection B and is defined as X such that X is X belongs to A, that is X is an element of A, and so the keyword here is and X belongs to B. That is, you will only take the element that are common to A and B. Okay. So for example, suppose I have the set A is equal to and if I have the set B is equal to, you see that if I want to find out the intersection of these two sets, A intersection B, what is the only element that is common to A and B? Can you see which element is common to A and B? Which elements or which element is common to A and B?
Sir, A and E.
A and E. So therefore, A intersection B only consists of two elements, A and E. Okay. Another example. Suppose A is equal to 1, 5, 9. And suppose I give you B is equal to 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So what is A intersection B? What are the elements common between A and B? You see that no element is common between A and B. Therefore, A and intersection B is a null set. Clear with this?
Yes, sir.
Another example is, suppose if I give you A is equal to 0, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. And if I give you the set B is equal to 6, 12, 18, 24. Then what is A intersection B? Look for the common elements between A and B. What are the common elements? 6 is common, 12 is common, 18 is common, and 24 is common. Okay. And very interestingly, you see that A intersection B is nothing but the set B. See, these two sets are equal. Okay. So anyway, we'll not get into the point why they are equal, but actually this is something that you should know later on when you're doing sets. Okay. For the time being, just know how to write the intersection of sets. Next definition is that of difference of sets. Now, what do you mean by difference of sets? This is something very interesting. If two sets are given to you, then the difference of sets is denoted by either A minus B or B minus B. If you are denoting the difference by A minus B, then this means X such that X is an element of A and X is not an element of B. Okay. If you are defining the difference in this way, this means X such that X is an element of B and X is not an element of A. This is the technical definition. Okay. Let's see an example. And we'll stop here. Just one example from difference and we'll stop here. Go through this example. Difference of sets is very important. Okay. Example number 1. I define the set A is equal to and if I define the set B is equal to okay, I want to find out A minus B. I want to find out this difference. This means now see A minus B, if you see here the definition, X is all the elements of A. So I will take all the elements of A, but I will remove all the elements of B from A. what are the elements that are common to A and B? See that E is common, right? To A and B. So I will remove this element from A. What other element is common to A and B? A is common, right?
Sir,
So from A, I will remove A.
Yes.
So what am I left with? B, C, D, and F. So this is my A minus B. Clear with this?
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Let me show you
Sir,
how to
but
find.
will not take the
Hmm.
sir will not take the elements of B.
No, we will only remove all the elements of B from A. Whatever element is common between A and B, we'll remove all those elements from A. Understood?
And will only write elements of A. Will not write elements of
No,
B.
only elements of A you will write. But all the elements of A from which all the elements of B have been removed. Okay. So what are the common
Okay,
elements?
sir.
I told you this was common. A and D were common, right? Between
Yes,
A and
sir.
B. So that is why I removed from A I remove this. I remove this from A. So what am I left with? B, C, D, F only. Let us try the other way around. If I want to find the difference B minus A, then what will I do? If I want to find out the difference B minus A, then what will I do? I will write only the elements of B, but I will remove all those elements that are common between A and B. So from B, if you see, what are the elements that are common between A and B? A and D are common. So I will remove these two. I'm only left with,
Sir,
understood?
sir, I owe you.
That's it.
Yes, sir.
That is how the difference of sets works here. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Let's take another example from difference. Let us say A is equal to, and B is equal to, so 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Now I want to find out A minus B. How will I find? I will take all the elements of A, but I will remove all the elements that are common between A and B. Are there any element that is common between A and B? There is no element that is common between A and B.
No.
So it must be only be equal to the elements of A. So A minus B is actually equal to A. Okay. How about B minus A? Same way, nothing is common between B and A, so I will only write the elements of B. That's it. This is equal to B. Clear with this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let us say A is equal to 0, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. B is equal to 6, 12, 18, 20. I want to find out A minus B first. So I will write all the elements of A, but I will remove only those elements from A which are common to A and B. So what is common? 6 is common, so I'll remove 6.
6,
12
12,
is common, I'll remove 12, 18, and 20.
18,
What am I left with?
24.
0, 3, 9, 15, 21.
21.
Okay, so this is what my A minus B is. Now let's see how to write B minus A. B minus A, you have to write all the elements of B from which all the elements of A have, all the elements common to A and B have been removed. See that all the elements of B has to be removed. All are common, right? So B minus A is a null set. Okay, clear with this?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So note that A minus B is not equal to B minus A. Okay, A minus B
Okay,
is
sir.
not equal to B minus A. Fine. Now we still have, yes, time is up. So I'll stop here then.